Well, a very good morning to you from the Great Lakes Centre here in Tupelo for the 36th annual Golden Gloves North Island Championships, and of course the boxing is about to get underway. In the red corner on this one, this is 38 kg. Boys novice is Finbar O'Sullivan, and in the blue corner is Karoo Hay. I think Finbar is from Pacific Boxing.
And Jack Tudavanu is the referee from Auckland.
Ran into a couple of them this morning when grabbing their traditional early morning coffee, and they were really excited, looking forward today, and enjoyed immensely how yesterday was run. As I say, it's non-stop boxing action here at the Great Lakes Centre as part of the North Island Golden Gloves Championship. Of course, you notice the different styles too. You know, some of the boxers carrying their hands a little bit lower, their stance is different, changing from sort of southpaw back in tradition. And these young fellas, they've got the skill level, they've got the foot action.
Yeah, sort of for a few years there was a bit of a style where you drop your hands and move your head a lot, and and you tend to stand out of the punch and try and sneak in. But nowadays, the Eastern European boxers and some of the better boxers in the world now are coming back to a very much upright stance with the hands up, and they're punching short and fast. So we've seen two sort of styles now coming into the game, and but the walk-through style of the Europeans is becoming a little bit more relevant.
Yeah, just watching young Finbar in the red, Finbar O'Sullivan. He's working those body shots as well. He's really attacking that left-hand side of Hay, and then following it forward. Seems to have a really good technique.
Yeah, well, that body shot, the body's a lot bigger target than the head, and as we saw yesterday, and particularly last night, there were some really good body blows going in, and they were causing some problems for the opponents.
Again, just repeating, these are 1.5 minute rounds, so we're going to be getting through our program really quickly this morning. We'll be having a break of around about half an hour between this morning's session and then going into the evening session. And I said some 50 bouts were required for the Golden Gloves this week. And as I say, we'll keep you informed prior to going to the break of when we will be back on air with the Sky Sport Next. Follow us on Instagram and, of course, Facebook as the corners are getting ready. Now, we were talking yesterday, you were saying that the Commonwealth Games coming up 2022, so the selectors are starting to iron out some of the people that they might want to tap on the shoulder and put them into camp, get their training going, and saying, look, we're looking at you real close.
Yeah, our New Zealand selectors are here, and watching, and then some of these kids, we're looking at it now thinking, well, look, we might have to sort of increase the numbers, because there are so many good kids boxing here, and it's only fair that we probably increase the numbers of these camps, and they'll soon weed each other out, but by gee, a lot of them deserve to be in there.
Yeah, O'Sullivan in the red corner throwing a great set of combination punches. He's taking to the body and then moving up and then just getting himself out of jail by stepping back real quick.
Yeah, I kind of like that. He's coming with a nice little left hand to the body at times too, and I like that. It's really good. And of course, what some people forget a little bit is the scoring area is the chest area too. I mean, a well-placed punch in the chest scores equal to any blow on the scoring area of the body. So it's not all about cracking the guy in the head.
With these young guys, the thing that it just changes so quickly. You think that somebody's sort of got the upper hand, so to speak, and then all of a sudden, you know, that 1 minute of a break between rounds and they come back and it's a completely different fight.
Yeah, and then it only takes one adjustment. Maybe, hey mate, you're drifting the wrong way. You're drifting towards his punching hand, his right hand. You know, you look, peel off to your right. You know, get away from his, go around his left hand, and from the other way, and take that right hand right away from him. And little things like that, little adjustments make a huge difference. It's like the old story, you know, if you got a guy with a big left hook, you don't move towards it.
As many a person found with David Tour.
David Tour discovered that lesson when he fought Lennox Lewis, and Lennox Lewis all night moved away from David's left hook, and every time David tried to throw it, he was cross-footed, and it took it right away. And it was a hard one for David because that's a mean punch that David had, but Lewis, he figured it out.
So these boys are, again, toe-to-toe. They're weighing in at 38 kg. During the day, of course, we just move up the weights. Doesn't mean that the boxing is impressive now. I mean, these first 4 fights that we've been watching has been just action non-stop. O'Sullivan in the red is really working that body as well. Getting under Hay.
Yeah, and Curry Hay, he's still having a go too, you know, so it's a good little bout, good little fight.
Yeah, I'm probably at this point leaning a little towards O'Sullivan in the red, but in saying that, you know, young Hay, he's not taking a backward step.
Yeah, no, not at all. And the thing about the more you watch boxing, the more you understand the science and the technique behind it. You know, there's a lot of things these boys are doing that's mitigating what the other guy's doing. And you know, there's little slips and little bobs, little weaves, little setups. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in there. And a lot of people, unfortunately, view the sport as just two people trying to knock each other's block off. It's a lot different than that. It's a real little chess game.
Yep. And the boys are, again, showing the true sportsmanship, heading to the opposite quarters to say thanks to their opponent. Just wait for the judges' scorecards to be taken into account, and then we'll head down to Nelly, who's our ringside announcer. In fact, Nelly's young fella, TK, is going to be fighting sort of later in the morning from Patamoranui. So young Kuru Hay from Rotorua up against Finbar O'Sullivan, just waiting for the decision to be made.
It's always hard to hold all this stuff and try and shake one of the boys' hands at the same time.
By split decision, red corner, Finbar O'Sullivan.
Yeah, I think that was deserved.
Yep, no, good about both boys, and it went the right way.
And a certificate that Mum and Dad could
A big, huge thank
put up
you
on
to
the
funders of
mantelpiece
this
and be
event.
very proud of the fact that they've done that.
Oh yeah, no, they've achieved something. It's great.
I think the old chain's...
I think we've got it tangled.
Yeah, I think when he stuck it in his pocket.
Never take Jack fishing.
Well, just undoing tangles all day.
We're moving up in our weight divisions, are we?
We're going up
Oh,
to
we're switching to
women.
females.
Yep, this is the 69 kilo. Jessica David up against Riley Atumangu.
There's a women's novice division. Both these girls under 10 bouts. Mayhem and Optic. I believe Optic's from Auckland, and Mayhem, I think they're Mastertonary. Don't quote me. Women's boxing has evolved a lot in the last 5 years in New Zealand.
Yeah, Steve was saying that earlier, that, you know, just purely from a fitness point of view, the girls are getting into the gym, they're liking the aerobic side of things as well, and the physicality. They're enjoying it.
They do, they do. And honestly, some of the women, they can scrap, and they leave nothing on the line. I wonder if this bout's going to be like, there's no friends. I bet you after this bout, there's no friends. Obviously, some good. They stand toe to toe.
Yes,
oh,
like
such enjoyable. Both these girls is boxing here. Trying to establish the distance.
As you say, toe to toe, they're not scared of getting and mincing it up.
I know some of the confidence. I have a couple of young females in my gym, and I'm talking young, like, you know, they're all under 13, but the confidence they get out of the sport, it's great to see, especially when they've come as a shy 10-year-old, and I've seen them over 2-3 years grow, and just how they've turned into such confident young ladies.
With Jessica David in red, she's actually using that jab really effectively, just pushing it forward. And it's almost as if Riley is sort of walking into it. Just
It's early times.
I know, it just looks at it at the moment. And as you say, toe to toe, they're not scared of mincing it out.
No. There's not much looking at each other there, is there?
So remember, these are 2-minute rounds, not 3 minutes.
It's because these ladies are in the novice division.
Yeah, and as you say, the rules that are governing tournaments such as this, you know, it's the well-being of the boxers that's absolutely paramount.
So much. The last thing any sport wants is an injury. But you can honestly say there's less injuries in boxing than a lot of sports. I don't see many dislocated shoulders in boxing. Not many broken ankles, broken legs. I know there's not as much as KOs as there is in rugby.
No. And as you say, the coaching staff and the corners all sort of know what their boxers are up to, and
The third man in that ring, he has a very important job. I see all these events. We have a doctor, ringside doctor, on standby. Stringent medical conditions that they have to meet before the bouts.
as you say, the first round boxers are trying to sort of assert where their dominance is or what they're looking for. The second round, it's literally go.
And remember, a lot of these competitors have never even seen their opponent until today, or boxed against their opponent today. Sometimes it's the first time they've met. So there is a bit of a feeling out round. A bit of a problem with the hip here. It's come loose.
Our producer Peter's sort of trying to get in on our cup of tea. Yeah, he's sort of starting to make some sort of signals and noises towards, I can pick this ourselves. Every time I thought of thinking Jessica David in red is sort of starting to get a little bit of dominance. Things turn around very quickly.
Good shots getting landed by both parties here.
Of course, you're enjoying the 36th annual North Island Golden Gloves Championships here at the Great Lakes Centre in Taupo. And of course, brought to you by Sky Sport Next. Follow us on Instagram, or of course, you can follow us with Facebook. And of course YouTube. It's that cup of tea I've been getting talked about.
I think this is going to be an interesting round.
Yeah. I still feel that Jessica David in red is probably slightly more ahead. She's been far more aggressive on the attack, but in the same zone. It's only another 2 minutes before they can decide.
I'll just give it to Blue for never giving up. Don't you like the effort in it?
Absolutely.
It's like Red's pulling out a bully techniques here.
A little bit leaning in.
Bit of rough and tumble. She's definitely taking the fight to the Blue. But look, Blue's just gritting it in. I said at the start,
There's an uppercut just in there, just throw it in.
they just want to just go. Bit of sting out of the punches now. Getting towards the end of the fight, but they're still giving.
There's the 10-second clap. Crowd start to
Remember I
fire
said
up a
some of
little
these
bit.
girls, they'll just stand and go toe to toe right at the start of this belt. They're not. Both of them wanted that, didn't they?
Absolutely.
Both were there to win. Even if you might have thought Blue was behind, look at her at the end. She was there. She was there to give her best. This is a fantastic view. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the
All the monitors.
camera angles that they've given us are
angles.
absolutely brilliant. Well, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Jessica David, red. I think purely for the fact that
Winner by unanimous decision.
I'll just go get a bigger thermos.
Red corner, Jessica David.
right, we are back in order. We've got in the red corner Cruiser Robertson and Sepho Jeffrey Pauly, or it might be Jeffrey Pauly in the blue corner. Yeah, and I've been really impressed with the calibre of the boxers. As you say, they haven't gone into the ring and sort of taken a half a step back. They've just stood there and gone the whole time.
Yeah, no, they box their hearts out, and that's the beauty of the sport. You see people grow with it, you know. They give it everything they got. You're very exposed. You might as well be naked in front of the world, you know. Everything's exposed. Whether you dog it, everyone sees. If you grit it out and nail the thing, everyone sees, you know. So you're very vulnerable to all your, you know, your little idiosyncrasies or the little your weaknesses and your strengths. It all comes out in boxing.
Yeah, and they're not only the boxers themselves aren't wanting to just to impress the guys in their corner. They've got their mums, their dads, sort of brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, and the like.
Exactly, yeah, exactly, and that gives you motivation too.
Yep.
Straight through. Straight shot, Zipper. Straight over that jab. Yeah. Straight over. Keep the middle busy, Zipper. There you go. Good man. Straight jab.
So it is Sepho Pauly in the blue up against Cruiser Robinson in the red.
Keep working the jab.
And Sepho seems to be hitting that jab just working really nicely. Just keeping him pushing it
Keep busy,
forward.
Zipper.
There's nothing worse than being in a long, fast jab. And that's you might have seen in Jerome and David's fight. How David just started using that long reach a little bit more and it started pulling the fight back.
One over, Zipper. Give me two.
You were saying with Jerome having to put that much weight on, you know, to be able to box. You know,
Yeah, that's you know, it's a step up. I mean, you know, David's a tall man, a big man, you know, and Jerome had to step up to that, all right. And I'm very, very pleased. Both of them, both needed a very hard fight, and it was perfect. It was a perfect fight for both of them.
these boys' hand speed's great as well, eh? Going toe to toe, they're not getting themselves tied up on the ropes. They're staying sort of centre, moving themselves nicely both sides.
Keep the jab going.
Yeah, they're both very measured, you know, they're doing well.
Standing 8.
He just caught with his chin up and a foot off the ground a bit, so he's a little bit vulnerable there, and then he would have just felt it a little bit. So Paul's just decided, hey mate, that was a good one, so let's just have a break. He'll check him out, make sure he's fit to box.
Well, fortunately, I think I did hear the clap, so yeah, I think he would have been, probably might have been a little bit more trouble if that bell hadn't just rung.
Well, luckily you never know when the bell's going to ring.
So we get the replay on this. And Aussie guys are in the 91 kilo bracket. They're no lightweights themselves.
Round 2.
To your right. To your right.
Oh, lovely leg turnover. Oh,
I think the fight's
I think
over.
I'd say you'd be right on that. Yep, it's over. That towel come in, pick him in, lightning.
Yeah, that was a technical knockout. So Paul will be marked in the book as a technical knockout. So he'll now won't be able to fight for at least a month, and he'll have to go through medical examination and be checked out, pick the box. He may even have his book marked where he's going to stand down for 8 weeks. So there's checks and balances there to make sure the boys are right, because that's what the sport's all about.
So 6 weeks stand out, straight up.
4 weeks.
4 weeks,
straight away. Yeah. Depends on how the book is marked. The tournament supervisor will assess that, and but the book will be definitely marked. I mean, okay, look, there's nothing more than a knockout in rugby, but the thing is, you know, the care and responsibility of these boxes is ours, and we have to do this job properly.
Yeah. And again, there's your sportsmanship, just showing everything. There you go, mate. We're all good. We're going to have a beer later.
Yeah. Not going to have too many, but and the boy, and to be like a boy like this, you know, he's obviously not out on the town every night. He's nice, well presented and fit, you know. So that's probably what won the fight.
Winner by red, stop contest. Blue corner.
So blue corner taking that away, Sepho Paulie.
So this here will be the last bout for the youth males, the open class division, and then we'll be moving into the females, the female novices.
Yeah, so we've got Toby Jensen out of the red, Tyson Pedersen in blue. And our referee is, I'll double check, but it looks like Sunita Lalu. It's a long day for the officials as well.
This is why we get a pool of 21 of them, so they can rotate around. But I must say, my friend, it's been a long day for you too.
As long as the voice holds out, I'm fine.
Well, you should count yourself lucky you're not ringside and getting stuck into it like the crowd.
Yeah, no, I've done that once or twice, and guess what? Your voice doesn't last all day. So again, these boys weighing in the 75 kg mark.
This Tyson Pedersen looks quick, doesn't he? Nice hand speed.
And he's looking at trying to control to staying in that centre of the ring. Young Toby Jensen from the Kapiti Coast.
And I can tell you now, this Toby Jensen, he's no slouch.
The interesting thing being, of course, we've got in the Great Lakes Centre a rather magnificent venue for a town of our population. So we've got boxing on one side of it, and we've got a ballet competition on the other side of it. You couldn't get two more contrasting activities in the same venue. And I'm sure a lot of the ballet girls and boys would not like to come in and join these boys and girls in the ring, or these boys in a tutu.
But maybe some of these boys could go and do some ballet lessons and improve footwork.
I think their footwork's fine.
Ballet people are very light on their feet, aren't they?
They're supposed to be. So are these boys.
These boys, oh, this is going to be a good bout. Tyson Peterson had the start of this first round, but Toby, he's coming back now. He's settled in. Got control of his first nerves.
Hand speed of both these boys is great.
Aren't we in good form?
Absolutely.
These boys are youth, 18 years old. What about if they stay in boxing 22? Isn't it great that we've got a pathway for the Commonwealth Games? Then these young athletes can actually look at that now and aim there.
And say, if I put the training in, it's possible.
This is going to apply further on in their life as well. They'll set their goals. These guys will become successful young men.
Yeah, Tyson Peterson, just every now and then he steps in just to almost mitigate what Toby's actually about to throw. He just gets himself in close enough so he's not getting an effective
It's inside
punch.
that range.
Yep.
It looks like Toby's settling now. Starting to plan his attacks, hit his phases, move back out, look, settle himself again, come in, collect his shots.
He's attacking that body and then going back up top, starting at the top, going back down to the centre and then back again.
That's 4 times this round. Same thing.
Same thing.
Works the first time, do it again. Works again, good, keep on it. No need to overthink.
Yeah, it looks like Toby has actually picked up the pace too. He's sort of getting aggressive, assertive. There goes the mouth guard again. Gives you another little bit of time. You got to take your head off to Tyson. He's giving it his all.
He gave it his best in this first round. It seems now Toby is just slowly coming on and building up that pressure, slowly taking the fight back.
Now the referee just signalled that's your second. If he drops that mouth guard again, is that a problem?
She may have been calling it as deliberate. If she calls it deliberate for time delay, yes. She can take two options. She can remove a point or disqualify the boxer.
Well, these guys are doing...
One apiece?
Yep, I'd have to say so. As you say, no one's taking a back step. They're all coming forward. I thought Toby had the better part of the first half. But then Tyson Pedersen said, no, not so quick. Few swing and a miss. But he...
Would you like to know a little secret, mate?
Way you go.
Toby, he's the old dog in here. He's been in the game for a couple more years than Tyson. He's come up through the ranks, top New Zealand boxer from cadet age, junior age, now he's in the youth categories. Where Tyson, he's come into boxing, I'm not quite sure if he's a junior, but I know he's definitely been here throughout the youths. And sometimes, like for the likes of Tyson, when you're coming up against these New Zealand champions like Toby himself, and they've been New Zealand champions numerous years, won numerous Golden Gloves, it's a big step. It's a big step up.
Both physically and psychologically?
Oh, psychologically, yeah. So for him to put in the performance that he is tonight, he's only a better boxer for it. He's not throwing the towel in, is he?
No,
he's there.
No, he's standing there.
He's in the game.
Nice jab there. Oh. Yep, I had a funny feeling Toby connected really well there. Referee jumped in really quickly. Standing 8, he probably feels a little bit hard done by. See whether Toby can actually finish it off now. It's getting a little sloppy in it, just a little.
You know, I'm waiting for the end because Tyson's going to go over to Toby, give him a good old handshake and say, thanks, mate. That was a bloody good match.
I enjoyed that. Great match. How good a match?
Great
match. Yeah, he's
There must have been boxers talk coming out.
Yeah, Toby's definitely finishing the stronger. Yeah, that's the third time Toby's actually Stick it in and keep it in.
She's indicating there's 1 point. He's just lost a point.
I still don't think
This could put a difference on the game.
I don't think that's going to shorten it up. You'd have to feel sorry for Toby if it actually that 1 point made a difference, but I think he's just too well ahead on points.
But I gave the first round to Tyson. So if it was my scorecard, and I gave the first round to Tyson as a 10-8. And then I gave the next 2 rounds to Toby.
Would you call this a boil over if it does go the other way, if it switches over to Tyson
minus
Peterson?
a point. That would make it a split. Then they'll be looking at another referee's scorecards to see which way they went.
You know, you would be, if you're in Toby's corner, you'd be sitting there maybe getting a little worried, hoping he's done enough. I mean, I felt that he was ahead.
I would be worried after
Yep. I thought he was ahead.
after watching all the other
Here we go.
referees' decisions.
Red corner.
Oh, well, it didn't make a
Toby
difference. A
Jensen.
unanimous decision goes in favour of Toby Jensen from the Kapiti Coast.
I guess you wouldn't be worried now.
We've got the women's 60 kg. In the red will be Erin Walsh, and in the blue, Troy Garton.
Bear in mind, these are our elite women. Both experienced boxers, clicked up a few bouts. They have.
Let's go, Troy.
So Erin Walsh coming out of the red corner. So
That's a biggest accomplishment for
yeah,
women
Troy
boxing.
Garton for a woman. This is her 50th bout.
That is a big accomplishment for women boxing, especially. Wow, there's not that many women boxers around.
No.
She's been in the game. She's travelled overseas. She's got the bouts, and to reach her milestone of her 50th bout tonight.
So it could be a big ask for Erin Walsh. Again, but another boxer from Peach Boxing.
She'll be hard. She'll be tough. She'll give it a go.
Straight shots. Yeah. Good, better. Good, better. In and out.
So Erin Walsh in the red again. Not taking a backward step. She's coming forward. So, of course, Troy Garton, you'll notice that she does have the NZL on her back, which means she has probably represented New Zealand on more than one occasion.
Yes, I'm going to say that.
Good, Troy. Back to the jab, Troy. Good. 5 over, Troy.
Could be New Zealand Rugby League.
She's there. Now. Keep working, Troy.
Slowed down a little bit now. They've sort of eyed themselves up.
There. There you go. 4 punches, Troy. 4 punches. Right down the middle, Troy. 5 over.
There are these ladies under the 60 kilogram mark.
Stay, Troy. There.
Doesn't mean much when you talk power to weight.
And again, Troy. Overhand. Tuck your chin, Troy. Back to the jab. Come on, get busy on the jab now.
Do you know what, Erin Walsh, she doesn't seem to be intimidated whatsoever, does she? She's coming forward.
No. She is from Peachy's gym.
Right hand up, chin down.
They don't make them soft out there.
There you go.
I'd say Erin, she'll be sparring with all the boys at Peachy's gym, so come up against Troy Cardens won't be a problem.
Stay safe. Your zone, Troy. There you go. Straight down, Troy. She walks up there. There. Turn, turn, turn.
I'd say that first round was pretty evenly matched.
No,
No?
no.
Wrong again.
Only in my point of view, I've been opposite to you quite often and lost.
Tell you what, we're only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bouts away from what you have been looking, and I have been looking forward to for the whole day.
David, we'll be back in the house. But the question is how long? How long is he going to stay in this amateur game?
Well, do you think with this COVID thing that he probably would turn around and say, I'll wait until after the Commonwealth Games? I mean, yeah, granted the Olympics in Japan next year, possibly. But I don't think anyone can really tell what this virus is actually going to...
What about the lure of the dollar?
Well, that's true, but...
And with the professional boxing that's happening around New Zealand, just recently, look, you got Joseph Parker and Junior Farr coming up in December. Both of them making a name and putting New Zealand boxing in the spotlight.
Troy Gardner's starting to show her class now. She's got a bit of a ring in a step. She's going in. But again, Erin Walsh, not intimidated, but she's just getting that guard, just dropping down a fraction.
She's sitting in the middle. Troy's moving around, choosing angles, where to come in, trying to pick her shots.
And again, Troy. Body, body. Push it back, push it back. Back to your jab, Troy. There. Good. Back of the 3. Chin down. Good girl. Turn, turn, turn. Good jab. The back of the 3. All day, Troy.
Trying to get that jab moving from the corner.
Whack the body. She's walking into it. Straight down that middle, Troy. Straight down there. There you go. Okay, straight at Troy, let's go.
Girls are getting themselves tangled up a little bit.
There.
Paul McSherry saying, come on, girls,
Good girl.
box yourself out of it. Stop the clinching. Box yourself out.
Holding. Straight down that middle, Troy. Good, Troy. Good jab. And again. Keep working. Turn off, Troy. There you go, Troy.
Getting a little bit untidy at the second part of that round, wasn't it?
Yes. I feel it's still going one way, though.
Yep.
No. But she doesn't have the strength to finish this fight early, or...
No, as I say, you were making a comment earlier about Erin Walsh coming out of the Peachy Club, and as you say, they've had a great representation of boxers in this evening's program. In fact, right through the day.
They don't fly the surrender flag,
No,
do they?
nope.
No.
And it shows in pretty much every one of their
All of
their
their
boxes.
comes through in their gym. If you're matched up against a peachy boxer, you're going to expect a bout. They're there to win, there to compete.
So the final of the 3 rounds. He's going to have a word with these young ladies and say, no, come on, this is not a wrestling match, this is a boxing match. You know what to do, get on with it. Here and more that one flush. Absolutely wrapped for young Erin Walsh. She is not intimidated or show any way that she's saying, I'm not in this. I'm here to have a go. I'm here to win.
What's she going to take out of this for their next match if they meet again?
Oh, yeah. I can go toe-to-toe.
She's going, right, come on, I'll get you this time.
Back to the jab. 1, 2. Body now, body.
But that experience of 50 has got to be working in Troy's favour, I have to say.
Again, Troy. Stand up again. Stand up right. You go, Troy. Troy, stand up right. Yeah, 1, 2. Stand up right. Step around to the right. Step around, quick. There you go. All day, Troy, keep going. Here you go. Turn, Troy.
Both boxers are looking a little tired now.
Get the shot straighter, Troy. Body.
I think Troy's going to remember her 50th bout.
I think you're right.
Oh?
Turn. Straighter down the middle. Straighter down the middle.
A lot of thanks to Erin.
Keep going, Troy. Keep going. Good girl. Turn on
If she thought she was coming in for an easy ride on this one,
again.
it's a long way from that. Erin is...
She got a flat tire, didn't she?
Yep.
Turn up. Now punch. Nice. Keep turning.
Apologies for that.
Keep going. Turn, Troy. Keep going, Troy.
Oh, they've been listening for that. Let's see what it...
Clacker.
Swing and a miss. That last flurry of punches, quite a few of them missed. But the intent was there. They went right through to the end, and I think they're both pleased to hear that bell go. So we've got one more women's bout coming up.
Winner by unanimous decision, Blue corner, Troy Garton. Fighting out of the red corner, Michelle Nuku. Fighting out of the blue corner, Cara Paredo.
Michelle out of Tauranga, and Kara will be fighting under the Nabi camp. Right, they're not inviting themselves over for a cup of tea and a chat. These ladies are straight into it.
These ladies have met each other numerous times before. With Cara, you could say, being at the later end of her career, and Michelle being the new girl on the block.
Just to remind our viewers with Sky Sport Next, of course, with the YouTube channel. Cara in blue, Michelle in red. Cara doesn't like those ropes. She's sort of quite happy to run around the ring quite a bit.
She's playing quite a good game, though. Choosing when to stand in front and wait. Looking for those counter shots to collect as she comes in. And then as she goes on the attack, just hightailing Ellie around that ring. Very unorthodox movements.
Yeah, Michelle walked into one nice little jab she's got to be careful of because she is coming in quite quickly.
It's facing one direction, I feel. Michelle's got to have to change her game to pick up this, to have any chance of getting through. See what the coaches have to say to help her. straight down the centre. She came in there. Right into it.
Yeah, the second round's looking a little bit more structured, isn't it? I think that first round they were just sort of, as you say, sizing themselves up, but not achieving a heck of a lot.
Cara nullified Michelle's attack and her approach, though, by running away and then turning it back on her. Just as she's doing now, she's not allowing herself to be cornered. Keeping the bulk of the ring behind her. She's got plenty of where to go. I think Michelle's struggling to find what to do.
We've seen it in every other bout pretty much the whole weekend, that last 10 seconds.
Is it very subdued? Magic clapper, that one?
Yeah, and it was actually a subdued second round, I feel. Cara did get a couple of nice shots in. I think she's actually causing Michelle to actually sort of panic a little bit. She's thinking, am I behind? Am I not? So what do I got to do?
I think Michelle's actually scratching her head and not quite sure what to do. I hope that her corner can change her direction and give her some life.
So this is the third and final round. Michelle Nuku from Tauranga up against Cara Whararau. She's in the blue. Both Powell and myself, we're not quite sure which way this one's going.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you have? You've made your mind up already?
I know where it's going.
Oh, we've got it. Okay.
looks like she's adjusted slightly. She is sitting now. Michelle is sitting and it's not chasing anymore, trying to pick her while they're looking at each other. She wasn't having much success chasing Cara around the ring.
No, she wasn't. And again, she sort of needed to pick up the pace. And now they've sort of into that final, minute maybe. Because this is the last of the truly amateurs.
Maybe too late.
Maybe
Little, too late.
Too late. Still going to throw your weight behind Cara, I would assume, in blue.
Got that one right.
At long last. That was a lovely... Oh, and I think she felt that as well. Hands are dropping. They are both tied. You can't say that any of these bouts that we've had over the 2 days, they haven't given it to the raw. With 10 seconds to go on this bout,
The magic clacker.
Michelle Nuko in red up against Cara Ferraro in the blue. Give themselves a hug saying, I'm glad that's over. Go to their opposite corners and we'll again wait for the judge's decision. So looking at a couple of these bouts that are coming up shortly. Of course, we're getting into the lights 60 kg next. And then the welters. And then we got the middles. And then, of course, we get into the heavies. And then the super heavy to finish our night off. Yeah.
This is very interesting. Very, very interesting bout. Very top class boxer, Ryan Scaife.
He's up against Colton Seymour Moore. Of course, Ryan Scaife out of Hiratonga.
Been around for a few years, that boy.
Winner by split decision. Blue corner.
On a split
Decision. Cara to trick that out.
Wow.
Crowd are definitely warming up and getting a little more vocal as we get into this. We've got this one and then the big one with Lawrence Tita and against David Nakia.
Fighting out of the red corner, Ryan Scaife. Fighting out of the blue corner, Colton Seymour.
So Ryan Scaife in the red, Colton Seymour Moore in the right. This is to take out the middleweight division, 75 kg. Paul McSharry giving them the final instructions.
Pull through and make 3 rounds in this bout.
You've seen young Ryan Scaife.
Oh, yes. I think hasn't lost a bout in a very long time. Not on the New Zealand circuit, that's for sure.
I think where Colton might find himself in trouble is getting tied up on those ropes. Because
I think
Ryan
Colton
came
might-
in straight in and said, I'm going to put you here and you're going to see if you can get out of here.
I think Colton might find him in trouble inside those ropes, right there, in that ring.
see him.
Yep, I can see trouble looming if Colton stays where he is. He needs to get back into the centre, get away from those ropes.
Mate, it only gets worse. Ryan continuously picks his pace up and up and up. Once he starts to feel comfortable, he just opens up the throttles. Nice right hand lead. Left back over to the top.
There you go. Push him back. Push him back, boy. Let the hands go.
Good young boxers again. Yeah, I think young Ryan's doing the best he can, but he's just getting tied up on that rope. And Ryan's just not giving Colton an inch to move.
No. He's definitely in control of this bout. Nothing happens unless he lets it happen.
Push him back, boy.
I'm a bit concerned too with Colton. If you notice on his left hand is quite a long way down. He's not getting that up high enough, sort of deflect or have
Second out.
the punch glance away. So he's exposed on that left hand side.
Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
You'll see it when they get into this a
Round
little bit
two.
further.
That's better. That's better.
His left hand just starts to drop a little bit as we get into through that first round. See if he can get it back up again.
Let's go forward, boy.
Squiddy's trying to take it in the middle. Oh, stay there, mate.
Let the hands go. That's it then.
Pressure, put the pressure on Ryan.
Go fight it, boy. Walk him back. Go fight it.
Seems to just be waiting his time. He's still applying pressure.
Let's go fight, boy. Let's go fight.
Yeah, well, as you say, the experience that he's got, and I'm talking Ryan Scaife over Colton,
And again.
he's using every ounce of that right now.
That's it. And again.
He's definitely giving Colton some respect. Once again, we have Ryan Scaife, which is the the old egg on the block, and Colton's the new blood. And good on Colton. There's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Let's go. Get it up.
No, Colton is actually showing some great heart. Even though he's been tied up on the ropes numerous times, he's quite happy.
Boxing all right off the ropes, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's quite happy to keep throwing that jab and
Shoulder roll in that left, coming back with that right hand.
Push, push.
He's catching Ryan each time. But just not enough to make a big difference.
Push it back, boy. That's it. Let it go.
It's the magic clacker.
well, it was a good second round.
Left guy. Good boy, good boy. Make him go back, son. You got the hands. You got it. Breathe him up. Quick press.
We've been so lucky with the camera coverage we're getting from these guys over the weekend. Loving these slow-mos.
Don't sit on the ropes.
So just another 3 minutes of this to decide the middleweight for 2020 with the golden gloves. Ryan Scaife in the red up against Colton at Seymour Moore.
Third and final round.
3 minutes to determine the winner of this one.
Oh, nice overhand right by Colton. Clipped him right above the elbow, eyebrow. He's got a good evasive beam with his shoulder rolls. A lot of his glances, Ryan's blows are just glancing off.
Let's go fight time. Push him back.
Yeah, well, it's definitely not a walkover.
Straight punch.
No.
Let's go. That's it. That's it. You're on the pocket.
Colton's certainly gained my respect. I'll be watching this young man in the future.
Straight ones. Straight ones. Straight ones. Go fight him, boys. Go fight him. Go fight him. Go fight him. Push him back. Push him back. That's it. And again.
He's moved up in the ranks well.
Let's go cube on him.
Remember matching him a couple of years ago. So he's grown very well into a nice boxer.
Nice and straight. Nice and straight.
I just think this tidiness and the compactness and the ring control that Ryan has is just too much for him at the moment.
And again.
Yeah, but as we were saying earlier, not intimidated. He gets himself off the ropes. I was a bit concerned about it in round number one, I have to say.
That's it. And again. Good boy. Good boy. And again. Now. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Push it back, boys. Stand in the center of the ring. Push it back. Go fight him. He's there.
The boys are
He's there. He's there.
just under a minute to go.
Now. Now. Good kick, bro. Last minute. Last minute, boy.
Colton just got to back himself.
Let the hands go.
Too much time on defense and sitting back and just letting Ryan dictate the terms of his bout.
And again. Big effort. Special.
Oh, a couple of nice shots from Ryan Scaife. But a young Colton can be very proud of himself for that one.
I'll have to double that one.
Good boy, good boy. Good boy. Hey, Benny. Good boy, good boy.
So I gather you've made your decision on which way you're heading.
Good.
Ryan Scaife.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Last one down there?
Yep.
I picked that one at the start.
Right here.
Just very impressed at the way Colton handled himself. I hope he's gained valuable experience from this bout. And
What's up?
they always need someone else to take over when the old dog moves on, don't they?
Yep, so we'll see what the judges say.
Winner by unanimous decision, red corner, Ryan
There we
Scaife.
go.
Matoika.
So we've got Matt Matikar up against Timothy Easthorne in the blue
Taking out
corner.
the blue corner,
Matt in
Timothy
the red. This is a super heavyweight. The final bout of the night. Bout number 114 for the weekend.
And may I remind you, this is where you picked Timothy Easthorne to
Yes,
win.
I did.
This is your only early pick.
It was my only early pick of the whole weekend.
You picked it yesterday.
So the boys are being told. Crowd is staying to watch the last of it.
We're just on a hold at the moment. Sorry, the doctor is making a checkup from the last bout.
We'll just wait for the bout gets underway. Always like to say a great shout out to all the volunteers that have been assisting for this North Island Golden Gloves Championships here in Taupo over the weekend. Appreciate all the caterers and all those that, of course, kept the place ticking over for the weekend. And Paul Marshall, who's been sitting alongside me this evening. Big thank you out to your team.
That's all right. It's a pleasure, mate. It's all for boxing.
We've had some great bouts. And hope you've enjoyed it at Sky Sport Next, the
Hopefully we have
YouTube
a
channel.
Cracker last bout just like our last one. Eh?
Yeah, wouldn't that be good?
As with the super heavyweights, I can tell you that Matt, he'll bring it to Timothy. Big Timothy, he might be a tall, lanky man, but Matt, he's got to hunt him down and he's got to land some big shots. I think he's got the power on Timothy.
So, of course, Matt in the red corner, Timothy in the blue.
So you could say you got a power shot person over here on Matt, and Timothy, he's the boxer. He's got good distance, good footwork, but can Matt get in and land that telling shot? Super heavyweights. This is what it's about, isn't it? It's not too much about points. You can accumulate points if you want to, but if you can land that shot, it's game over.
Well, it was just proven in
As you just saw.
in the last bout. David Nakia is a big unit, and he landed that. Not sure what the hold-up is at the moment, but something with one of the corners, maybe.
The referee, waiting on the doctor. Doctor has to go and check out Lawrence first. Doctor has to be ringside of your bouts.
And here he comes. So he's just come back into screenshot down at the bottom. Referee said, all right, we're all ready to go.
We're away.
Our final bout.
And he goes for that body right hand. Nice. keep him long. Keep touching him, keep touching him. Keep touching him, Tim. That's it. Right to the chest, right to the chest.
As you can see,
Keep touching him with that
Timothy's sticking out, trying to keep that distance.
knee. Work out, work out.
You got Matt, he's coming in shot, he's looking for that shot.
That's it, that's it. Back into the chest. He's going to move the head. He's going to move the head. Back into the chest as he comes forward. Nicely. Keep pumping
Showing a bit of height advantage, Timothy Easthorpe.
He'll come, he'll come.
But I got a funny feeling Matt just wants to finish this one early.
Turn him, Tim.
No, I think this is part of his game plan. He can't afford to sit out there at that reach at Timothy. He knows Timothy's a good boxer. You got to remember, a lot of these boxers have seen each other on the circuit a lot
Circle him, Tim.
and have maybe fought each other before.
That's it, keep it long. To the chest. Bring it down
A
long.
lot of them meeting again for rematches.
Yeah, working close, working close. Hands up, turn him, Tim.
You can run and hide in local tournaments and stuff like that, but when it comes down to the Golden Gloves, it's all about the draw.
Fast, fast. Don't overcommit.
You might get a separate path to the finals, but the final is the final.
Use the feet. Use the feet. Keep touching, keep touching, keep touching.
As you can see, Timothy still on that reach. He's doing a good job. He's doing a good job.
He's setting his feet.
As long as Matt don't let the frustration get to him of not being able to get in and just wait his time, abide his time.
You see with Matt's, his hands are down low. He's just looking to load up. When he gets that opportunity, he's going to throw that bomb.
Well, he'll be wanting to,
React to them.
but he's also got to do some work in between here.
That's it, keep touching. Where's that back
Still
in?
got to get points. It's amateur. You still got to show you're trying to get points.
Give that back in. Give that back in.
But then with the referee that we've been seeing, with Matt constantly coming forward like that, are they scoring on this?
That's it. Good, good.
Was Timothy doing enough, putting enough weight behind his punches
Straight on, straight on.
to actually
Tim,
get
straight on.
points?
From that side, there.
I think Timothy's doing a fine job, but I'm not a referee. And I think Matt's doing a good job, but he just needs to work harder to get in, accumulate some more points. There's one round down.
And it goes rather quickly. Yeah, I got a feeling Timothy's jab was just doing enough to keep Matt at bay. And okay, Matt was coming forward, showing us a slight little bit of
Nice shot
arrogance
at
there.
the
Just going,
overhand.
here we go, bring it on, hit me in the head.
Seconds out.
Both boxers keen to get back in.
He's going to react to everything that you're throwing.
Round two.
Straight away. Straight away, straight away. Just keep coming that jab. Where's that back in? That's it. Keep touching, keep touching. Head's moving. Hit the chest. Hit the stomach. Go down, go down.
As I said, I get the feeling that Matt's just looking for that big, there. Couple of big rights he's been
It's
told.
good to see he's picked
Let's
up
go.
the pace. You had to pick up the pace of his attacks. He's just giving it too much in Timothy's way.
Back, come on, come on. React to them. Give me more than once. Give me more than once. Get that left hook. Touch the chest. Wait to feel up.
It's good work, it's good work.
Turn him, Timmy. Use the feet, Tim. Come on.
Definitely picked up the pace in the second round.
It's a bit
By
of a
about
matter of
100%.
having to.
Yeah.
too long. Don't wait there too long. Go towards the lead foot. Use that long jab. Use that right hand.
Stay on him.
Keep circling the lead foot. That's it. Circle towards the lead foot, Tim. 1, 2, 1, 2. Fast hands, fast hands. Go right, Timmy.
Timmy, go right. That's it, go right.
That's it, keep going right. Use the lead hand.
It's nice work by Matt. He's getting some points now. He's closing in there on those counters and collecting his 3 nice shots, left, right, left there. Coming off Matt, off Timothy's jab.
Fast hands, that's it. Fast.
So is he going to do enough?
Well, I think he probably will. If you look at this third and final round coming up, I think he sort of feels that, okay, we probably leveled this up a little bit.
Other side, other side. That's it.
But I'm going to make a name for myself. This is going to be it.
Use that lead hand. Don't let him, he's going to walk forward. Work, Timmy.
Come on, that's
They know better.
there's one warning.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say split at this point. At this point, with the round to go.
I
don't think it's
congratulate
a-
you. Good on you, mate.
Coaches,
I don't
if
think
you do not have your boxes boxed,
I
can
can
you
call it
please
at the moment. I think
collect
Matt
them
did
from the
enough
ladies on
to
the
bring himself
official
back into it.
table?
I'm a bit disappointed in the first
Thank
round, but I
you.
think the second he sort of stepped up the pace, and I don't think Timothy's jab was as effective in the second as it was in the first.
Seconds out.
Let's see what they do with 3 minutes to go, and this is our
Matt
final.
managed to get in a lot more in that second round.
Yeah,
Collect
absolutely.
some points.
Yep.
Third and final round.
See what
Certainly
these,
going to come down to what both boxers have got to offer here.
I don't think they'll leave anything behind.
Keep using that jab. Use that long hand. That's it. Good. That's it. Better. Use that long hand. Work there. Push him off and go.
I think Timothy connected with a nice right hand over the top. Followed, of course, with Matt counter punching straight back again.
Good work, Tim.
This is frustrating when you see these big boys and they do their work to get inside, then they just bind each other up. Especially like the likes of Matt. He works to get inside and then wraps his arms around Tim. Should be trying to keep his arms free so he can throw some punches.
Work. Just rushing forward now, Timmy. Get that straight down the center. Will come. Show the lead. Nice, Timmy. Better. Work there. Give him the weight.
Time's clicking out on this one.
Don't wait on him, Timmy. Nice, Tim. Better. Go. That's it. Stay on, Tim.
Stay on.
Take him off and go. Push him off and go.
Yeah, a lot of time being wasted with this, just holding on to it. Get themselves a bit of distance. I think wondering whether Matt feels he's done enough in that second round to actually
Space and go again.
just tie him up now and hope for the best.
Silly if he thinks that.
Come out and back on.
I'm sure he's trying to go in, still trying to win,
Show the lead, show the lead.
but he's taking a wrong approach.
Right into the chest, right to the chest. React on them, Simmons. It's coming forward for you. Nice. Turn him out. Show the jab, show the jab. Show the jab.
Stopwatch is just giving me up, but we must be within about the last minute of this.
High low.
Oh, well, wrong again. 10 seconds.
Why didn't Matt try and do that earlier?
Yeah, not sure where that one is going to go, to be
Oh,
honest.
I'm way sure.
Way sure.
There's only one direction that can go, really.
Well, while waiting for the judges' call, I'd like to put a shout out to Steve Hartley, President of Boxing New Zealand, who helped us with our commentary, along with you, pal Marshall, from your own boxing club. And congratulations on your five golds and a couple of silvers today.
Winner
Three
by
silvers.
split decision.
Here we go.
Thank you very much.
Red corner, Matt Mataika.
Well, I certainly got that wrong.
Matakai, he took that away.
The New Zealand light heavyweight champion up against the New Zealand heavyweight champion. The New Zealand light heavyweight champion weighing in the heavyweight division, so it can be a legitimate belt. So you got to remember, Jerome, the Panther Papelli, normally fights 75 to 81 kgs in that weight division. So for him to come to this bout, he's had to weigh in over 81 kgs. And then you have David Naika, who is a normal heavyweight. Here comes Jerome now into the ring. I know he's ready. My boy fought him last weekend. So he's only had a week's rest, so he's fit.
He's ready to go.
He's ready to go. David, well, we don't know. We haven't seen David fight in New Zealand since my boy fought him last year. The same boy that fought Jerome.
Yeah, these are big boys.
He's looking ready.
Yeah, these are big boys.
This is going to be an interesting bout. With David, very good on his reach and his length and his distance play. And Jerome, very good on his counters and coming back. And he likes to sit inside the pocket. I think we just need to watch this one.
I think this is going to be...
There's a height difference, but there is always a height difference with David. He's such a tall bugger. We're away. Jerome liking to sit in that pocket. No damage there. There's a point. There's a point for Jerome.
He seemed to be able to mitigate that.
You'd have to say there's
jab.
another point. Both boxers still settling down.
Okay, just relax, brother. Good job. More patient, be patient. Yeah. More patient, good work, be patient. Good work, Jerome, be patient.
Yeah, Jerome seems to be more the aggressor than David at the moment. The way I'm... But as you say, it's
Likes to
early.
sit back and pick. doesn't he? No. He's one of those boxers. He's very good movement, and he'll stand back and let you come. And just put it away. And when he settles in and feels more confident, he'll start coming at you. Oh. Remember, that's 1 point. And remember, Jerome's got nothing to lose here.
No, that's the other thing.
No. He's come up to David's division for this belt.
Focus, see the shot, Jerome. Good job.
I think the third man's going to play an important role in here too.
How hard is it for a boxer to actually, come up in weight? I mean, losing weight, jockeys do it all the time, jumping into a sauna or the likes, but, to go up in weight, I mean, difficult?
Well, 1 litre of water, 1 kg. 2 Big Macs, 0.5.
Speaking of which.
Then remember, after this, Jerome, he'll go back to light heavyweight.
Yep. Oh, a couple of.
He's only moving up for the competition, for good, solid competition.
Jerome
Not
scored
avoiding no one. He wants competition. He's hungry. He's got his mind set on the Olympic Games. All going well. And I guess if you can't travel overseas to compete, you've got to find the competition within.
And of course, it's limited with the number of guys at that caliber.
Exactly. But we do well for a small country. Over 5 million now.
Just over. A few people have come home, of course, with the COVID-19. But yep.
Now that
Just
5
over.
million, we might have 1,000 boxers. If we're lucky.
Yeah.
And here we have 2 world-ranked boxers in front of us. I think Jerome got ranked number 6 in the world at the last world ranking tournament. And we all know David Naika's rankings.
All right, we're into our second round.
This is world-class boxing in front of us. Here, in New Zealand.
Yeah, I think David's going to definitely have to step up the pace.
He's stepped up the game. He's standing, he's waiting for him. He's done his feeling out process. It's more just mental stuff. No points in there. A couple of nice jab pieces though.
Crowd starting to warm up as well. He's running halfway through the second round of this 3
by 3 minute rounds, this one. A little bit untidy on the inside. Locking up each other's hands. No one wanting to give each other any room.
No, that is for real. That's tight.
Got to try and collect their points as they move in. Couple of shots, look for someone to give a bit of room and get a whack. David using a bit of experience by holding him in close with the other arm, looking, giving the ref the eye. As you see, getting frustrated. You might say see some punches in anger.
Yeah, you do sense that David's getting a little bit frustrated because Jerome's coming in and just tying him up a little bit. He's not able to get those arms free.
He's not able to box his game. He's not allowed to box his game. Jerome's taking that away from him. Jerome just needs to try and get busy on that inside. collect some more points. Mind you, everyone wants to see these two big boys suck it out really, don't they?
Why is it not 12 rounds other than...
Because the action wouldn't be there. You got 3 rounds to do your best. Nice. If it's 12 rounds, you'd slow down and it wouldn't be the action.
Keep the pressure on, Dave. Pressure.
Push down.
Don't get me into amateur versus professional.
There's the 10. Oh, Jerome just got a...
Reset.
Surprised no one's getting a bit of a warning. This is going to make for an interesting final round. You're going to make a call.
Okay. I'll go with David.
Doesn't even want to give the underdog a crack.
No, I'm no expert like yourself. I'm just looking at... he's been getting frustrated, and I think that he'll get that jab working a little bit harder, you know, in this third and final round, and then...
I think that's why they call me Power Marshal SME. Subject matter expert. Doesn't matter what the subject is.
You just know it.
I just know it.
Seconds out. And 3 minutes.
Jerome, nothing to lose. I think he's going to take it. He's going to give it a crack. He's going to give everything he's got. This is going to be a fast pace. Why not? Hey, why not give it a go? You've come upper weight division. You're up against one of the best in the world. Commonwealth Games medalists, Olympic Games medalists. Why not? Come on, Jerome. Don't wait, get stuck in. Just have a go, mate.
Well, they haven't come here to have a cup of tea. They're here to actually see who is actually the better. As you say, Jerome's come up in weight.
He's definitely an underdog, right?
Yep.
But you got to take your head off. He's getting a workout.
Yeah, and I think, you know, that slight height advantage that David's got is starting to have a little impact, but
It's been getting taken away from him. Jerome's in his face. He's inside the reach. Imagine if Jerome was a heavyweight. That would have knocked him.
he's just tying him up. That's the thing. It's just tying him up and not getting those arms free to be able to really land that one.
That's knowledge, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. Which makes it difficult. Oh, that knowledge, that's experience there too, and he knows what he can get away with. He got a warning.
He's just getting down right. Seconds.
Yeah. But if you're Jerome and you're looking for good, hard competition to keep yourself busy,
you
could say he just got it.
You've just got that in that bout. That's amazing.
You know? I bet you he totally enjoyed himself.
Yeah,
He's had a hard bout where he's got to push himself and really, really think about what he's doing.
there were some big hearty blows from both. I mean, that
Both parties. That there is two of the best New Zealand's got to offer.
and they weren't afraid of mixing that up at all.
David's been New Zealand heavyweight champion for how many years now? And Jerome, light heavyweight champion for how many years? I think this might be his third year.
Well, we'll head down to get the
I think we know
Official.
the result. There's no upsets there. Split decision. That was a split decision. That is very well done, Jerome.
yeah, to be able to hold through.
You know, even to pull it out as a split decision. Because in my experience, if you rank New Zealand #1, sometimes that's all the referees see.
Yeah.
They only see your punches.
And I think the crowd enjoyed it as well. I mean, it's a great bout.
Very entertaining bout.